Well, you just keep showing up. You just keep showing up.
Phil and I get asked a lot about how we relax and unwind on weekends, because it's true. We do live pretty crazy lives during the week. We're very busy, and so I thought we would do a weekend vlog and show you how we do relax and unwind, because it's really important to take time out and switch your brain off. And so a lot of the time we will come down to a little country getaway. We have a gorgeous little cottage down here on the Mornington Peninsula, and we love to hang out with our horses and go for beautiful walks with our dogs. And so I thought we would share with you a weekend vlog. One of our favourite things to do is to go and have some breakfast. Oh, hello Phil, I haven't introduced you on this vlog. Not that you need...
We had a big sleep in this morning, haven't even broken up, sort of woken up yet.
Not that you need any introduction, because we all know who you are. And Bowie and Harry are here for the ride, and we're going to go and find something beautiful to eat. As some of you know, Phil and I are on the IVF journey, and we have been for quite some time. We've done 8 rounds of IVF, 8 cycles, which is a lot. It's quite grueling, but we're doing really well. I'm really proud of us. You proud of us?
Oh, incredibly so, and especially
me.
Especially you.
I just did an egg collection this week on Monday, so sort of been recovering with that, but you know, pretty much back to work the next day, just because we've been pretty crazy with work. But yesterday we had a really good call from the clinic telling us that our embryos, 2 embryos, we got 2 embryos from this round, are doing quite well. I might insert some footage of when we got that call yesterday.
Perfect. So Angela, today is day 4 for your embryos. So what we like to see on day 4 is contraction of the cells within the embryo. So good news. Both your embryos that are progressing as compacted, which is great. So that's their milestone for today.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh gosh,
Yeah,
that's
really
great. Well. Both of them. I didn't expect both of them. That's a relief. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
When will be the next update? Because the next one will be making sure it's a blastocyst, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So that will be on Sunday. So that'll be day 6, the last day of culture.
Oh, okay,
Cool.
great. That's a good result. Thank you so much for letting us know.
No worries at all. Speak to you on Sunday.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
That's good news.
So now we know that we have 2 embryos that are doing quite well on day 4, and tomorrow we'll get another phone call from the clinic to let us know how those embryos are going. This is kind of the most crucial stage from day 4 to day 6, so we're a little bit nervous and it's just how it goes, you know. It's like you have to, I always think it's like you're in a race and there's a lot of hurdles and you have to keep jumping over those hurdles. So yesterday was a great hurdle that we jumped over. Now we have to jump over another hurdle tomorrow. But then the big hurdle, Phil, for you and I, is the genetic testing hurdle. So that's the biggest hurdle for us.
Yeah, and yeah, there are those little hurdles, and the way I kind of see it as well that helps me through is just seeing it as a journey, a continuing kind of journey.
Yeah.
And everyone's journey is different, and everyone and anyone out there that's going through this, we are so there with you.
So there with you.
We totally get it.
It's a tough one, and something that you don't really understand unless you're experiencing it. So it is hard for a lot of people to truly understand it, because it's complicated, you know. It's a full-on process. But we're on the train and we're not going to give up, so we're just going to keep going. And in the meantime, we're going to keep busy and just think lots of positive, great thoughts and hang out with this little fella. Well, we had a gorgeous breakfast. It was kind of brunch, it was kind of lunch, and now we're going to go on one of our favourite walks down here. It's the Merrick's Red Hill walk, and It's so great. Bowie loves it. Don't you, Bowie? Excited to get out into the fresh air. It's freezing actually in Melbourne today. It's 11 degrees, which is pretty cold for us Aussies. So need to get moving so we can warm up. Alright, let's talk about the IVF thing just a little bit more, because I know there's so many people out there that are going through it or may be thinking about it. The reason why Phil and I are doing IVF is because we've been trying to have family for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And we got lucky, but unfortunately it just didn't stick around. So after trying for a little longer, just wasn't happening. So we went and saw a doctor. Bowie, come on. Bye-bye. Come on, Bowie. He loves it. Went and saw a doctor, and it was just the best way, I think, for us to give it a good solid crack was go straight to IVF. So we did that, and it's been 8 cycles, which I said earlier. And it's physically challenging. It's funny, when we first started this whole journey, I was so scared of needles. Remember the first night, Phil?
Oh yeah.
When we had to do the needles?
Yeah.
I was crying and carrying on. I was so nervous. I've just been one of those nervous people when it comes to...
You wouldn't do it yourself either.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it. Phil had to inject me. I can now inject myself, which I'm very proud about. And blood tests and all that sort of stuff really, I don't know, freaked me out. So I do about 36 injections for about 12 days every month. And then I go and have a procedure to collect all the eggs that my body has produced. And then Phil does his thing, they mix them together, and we see what we get. So I've been doing that for a while. The injections is pretty full on. I might insert a clip here of what that looks like. So as you can see, it's pretty intrusive, but I have to say, you do get used to it. Now it just feels like a bit of a monthly routine. And at the moment we're doing back-to-back cycles, which is a lot. I mean, IVF makes you tired, it makes you bloated, it makes you very moody. But I've been pretty good lately. But I do feel for Phil, who's been an absolute trooper during this whole process. It's not easy for the guys, and I think the focus is always on the woman. I mean, we do physically have to go through a lot more than the men, but emotionally the guys go through a lot too. So sometimes I have to stop and remember to check in with Phil and see how he's going, because he really is the support crew, I guess, during this whole journey. But you know, we're on the journey, we'll see how we go. We're gonna give it till the end of the year. And then hopefully if we get some normal tested embryos back from the lab, we will then start transferring, and hopefully that will result in a healthy pregnancy. So we ended up changing doctors, and our new doctor, Dr. Lynn Burnmeister in Melbourne, is amazing. Highly recommend her. The clinic feels more like a day spa than, you know, a hospital sort of setup. So that makes me feel a lot more relaxed. So yeah, I'm happy to share our story, and hopefully we'll have a happy ending, but who knows, we're just giving it a crack. And if you have any questions at all, just leave them below. More than happy to answer any questions about IVF. Phil, a lot of men out there that are...
Is this like an interview?
Well, it's just that there is a lot of men out there that are also on the fertility journey, and I don't feel like men talk about it enough. Okay, Phil, I'm going to interview you.
All right.
One of the interesting things I've seen with you, which I've really loved, is that you've actually been connecting with other guys that have gone through it and may not have shared their story previously, but when you've told your friends that, oh, we're going through IVF, they've started to open up.
Well, this goes right back to when we had our first miscarriage, and my standard preconceived idea was that that's something you just don't talk about. And this has been a real problem for years and years and years. But when you do open up, you realise and speak to people, people do open up and they share with you, oh, it's really common. Oh yeah, my wife had 4 or 5 miscarriages before our 3 kids. You know, and then you find out the stats are what, 1 in 4?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, okay, so you don't feel like, oh, we failed, you know? And then talking about IVF with mates of mine, they're like, oh yeah, my wife and I did that. Yeah, that definitely is a journey. I feel you, brother. And, you know, it's like, oh, cool. You know, because you can feel like you're just sort of like, you know, going through it on your own, the two of you.
So we had an epic walk, it was so great. Came back to the cottage, washed the dogs, they were so filthy. And now another thing that we like to do on weekends is go and get a massage. We go to this great little Thai massage place near the farm, and it's great. Well, we had a great massage last night, very relaxing, right Phil?
Yeah.
And had a beautiful sleep. Fire was going all night, it was so beautiful. Now we're going out and getting some breakfast and just going to stroll around. We're feeling a little bit nervous because today we're getting a call from the IVF clinic to tell us how our 2 embryos are going. It could go either way, it's 50-50. 1 might survive, 2 might survive, or none might survive. So we're just going to keep busy until that phone call, and fingers crossed. Okay.
And the other one was not suitable for biopsy, but it was suitable to freeze untested.
Okay.
So we've frozen that one untested.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it just wasn't hatching any cells, which
Okay.
We sort of needed to be doing for us to safely sample cells.
Okay.
So what we just freeze it untested, just because it can definitely be used, and we just won't have that genetic information.
Okay. Okay. So they were both blastocysts in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both got it
Oh.
submitted to blast.
Great.
And yeah, so those genetic results will be about 2 to 4 weeks
Yep.
to come back.
Okay.
And genetics department will give you a call when they're in.
No worries. So we'll just wait for the genetic results, and then I guess we've got that other one frozen if we want to transfer that at some stage as well, if the other one comes back abnormal.
Yep.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much.
Great.
Okay. Thank
See you
you.
later.
Bye. Ah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a relief.
it is a relief.
Oh, it's hard because as soon as they say hello on the phone,
Oh yeah,
usually you can pick up a vibe if it's good or bad, and because her tone was sort of a little bit low and not as vibey as maybe I would be if it was good news for somebody, I thought as soon as she said hello, I was like, oh, it's not good news, but that was good news today.
yeah.
So now we wait for that 1 embryo to be tested for genetic testing, and if it's normal, that is the goal. And then the other one's frozen, so that's good too. Like if we still have some options down the track, so good. This is an outfit of the day. My favourite outfit is when Phil is in his horse riding outfit with his jodhpurs. Oh, Phil. You're adorable. Oh, it gets better. Let's go for a ride. Well, we've had a great weekend down at the cottage. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. It's been so much fun filming it for you. We just went on a beautiful ride and we're coming back to the cottage now, and then we have to pack up and head back to the city. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. We look forward to doing more of them, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Say bye, Phil.
Bye.
Well, you just keep showing up. You just keep showing up. You just keep showing up. Yeah, you just keep showing up. I bet it